With Google's release of Android 11, the first version of its mobile OS without a letter or a dessert-based nickname, the company once again wants to improve the privacy story. But it doesn't end there. The update adds more unified conversation options. Think chat bubbles everywhere, screen recording, better smart home controls, nearby sharing, and more 5G support. That last item is well ahead of 5G support from iOS, while Android also distinguishes itself with more form factor support, such as for dual-screen phones. Now that we've had a chance to weigh in on Apple's iOS 14, we can compare the two new versions. In short, the Apple update includes a lot more new, enticing features. On the flip side, many of the new iOS features are things that have been available in Android for a while. Examples of these include customizable widgets, minimal call and smart assistant interfaces, and picture-in-picture for video. How to get Android 11 at release. The OS update is only available for a limited number of phone models, including select Pixel, OnePlus, Xiaomi, Oppo, and Realme phones. According to Google's blog post announcing Android 11, it will roll out to more handsets in the coming months. To see if your phone is one of the lucky models, head to Settings and GT, System and GT, System Update, and if it's currently eligible, you'll see the new version ready for downloading and installation. Unlike iOS updates, this lets you use the phone and see notifications even during the download and update process. On my test Pixel 4 XL, the process took about 5 minutes, and the restart was no longer than an ordinary restart, less disruptive than the frequent iOS updates I've needed to perform on my iPhone lately. Unified messages with bubbles. Back in 2013, Facebook Messenger introduced Chat Heads, a feature which displays a persistent circle on your phone screen for each conversation until you drag it down to an X. Even though many were not fans of them, Google is now taking the idea and working it into the OS as a whole. Android 11 lets you display these bubbles for multiple messaging apps, including the built-in SMS app. Screen recording. Even Google's promotional site for Android uses the word finally when it comes to a screen recording capability arriving in Android. Apple started offering it 2 years ago in iOS 11 as a control center option, and Samsung Galaxy phones have also had this capability for a while. The capability is now built into the Android OS. Based on 2 weeks of testing, it works easily and well. You simply pull down the top shade and tap its icon. You can choose whether you want device ambient or no audio or both, and you can optionally show touches with circles. You can't, however, include your live face using the phone's camera as a picture-in-picture, as you can with the Samsung Galaxy utility. Security app permissions. Because it's more open with fewer restrictions on apps, numerous hardware options, and web access to messages, Android has a tough time matching the security of Apple iOS. Luckily, version 11 adds a couple of protections from apps that are a bit too greedy at sniffing your personal data. You can now set an app's permission for access to private info, such as your location only this time. You can also set permissions to expire if you don't use it for a few months. The setting doesn't get more specific than that. Managing your smart home devices with Android. With the mobile phone being always within reach for most modern people these days, it makes sense for it to double as your smart device control center. Android supports myriad smart devices, from One Home to Z Smart. Version 11 lets you long press the power button to display tiles for your connected devices. Other new Android odds and ends. Android 11 brings more than the headliner features above. New accessibility options, such as typing Braille, with special hardware, and reading food labels with Lookout. Updated well-being features including new bedtime options, nearby share, resizable picture-in-picture, 5G detection, and Ethernet tethering are among the version's many smaller updates. Several new features, such as AI-powered text and app suggestions, are relegated to Google's own Pixel devices, however. We are going to end this video right away. If you have any query or information to share, please leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.